Wow, bro. I don't even really know how to start this video off, I guess. I guess happy Labor Day. I'm sorry for like the latest upload. Um, just woke up a little bit later, but the good thing is it's Labor Day. So New York market was complete consolidation. Like, there's not as much movement because of the holidays. So given that usually London and Asia the night before, or not the night before, just a couple hours before, may provide some possible setups. That's just what I've seen off of like holidays for New York specifically. Looking at the sessions before, seeing if there's any good setups. And today, or not today, I guess last night, a banger of a setup, and I don't even know if it's fully kicked in yet. Maybe it's because I haven't, finished the job. Right, job's completely not over yet, but a crazy day, bro. It's been 2 days since I'm on this XFA. One winning down Friday. Yeah, one winning down Friday. And then $3,390 for one account, and times five, right, across five accounts. I don't even know how much that is. I'll have to put that into the calculator, but my only focus right now is getting this to 4,000 because honestly, none of this is my money yet. Like, it's pointless. All of this is pointless. I have to, get it to that certain balance, but it's insane, bro. And I'm so glad I'm documenting everything because I would not have believed myself if I went up to somebody with no documentation at all, told them I blew five XFAs last week. It hasn't even been a full 7 days, bro. Not even a full 7 days since I last blew that five set of XFAs. And now I come back 2 days fresh on the new XFA, up 3,544 on across five accounts, $500 away from a 10K payout. Pretty insane. And then obviously three more winning days to go along with it. So it's really, really crazy, bro. I said this in the last video, or when I passed those five evals, how fast things can switch, dude. How fast you can dig yourself out of the hole as long as you're not digging yourself deeper, right? If you're actively trying to climb out of the hole instead of being so fixated on, how you can save yourself while you're in, like, just don't dig I don't even know where I was going with that, but don't dig a deeper hole for yourself, twin, please, bro. Because if you're able to just stick to what you trade, I mean, dude, it's really, really easy to just climb out of whatever mistake that you made yourself. But yeah, I'm also super excited to go over this trade because I've been meaning to make a video on accumulation, the AMD, and I feel like that's something that I've been overlooked these past couple of months in my trading model. When I pair an when I pair AMD and I'm able to recognize accumulation, manipulation, distribution, power of three, whatever you want to call it, paired with a market maker model, I genuinely think you don't need an entry model as long as you enter in a premium of the range and you have a good set stop loss, like, genuinely, right? Because if you're confident in the AMD and the market maker model, you essentially know where the market's going to go right next. Like, not every single candle move, but you know the general idea of what the market may want to do. And so as long as you have a good entry, right, you don't have to enter off a fair value gap, just an entry in a premium or a discount, or however, whatever the case may be, right? Market maker buy model, you want to enter on a discount. Market maker sell model, obviously you want to enter a higher and more a premium. And so I think if you enter just off of those and you're super, super confident, super, super sharp on the AMD, the Power of Three, or in the market maker model, I genuinely think you would be able to fucking print. And this was the exact case of that. So I'm going to break this exact trade down. I'm gonna show you guys what I was thinking when I traded this last night. I also have the live recording, and so I'll put that at the end of the video as well. But okay, so coming in yesterday, right? Obviously a bank holiday, and I immediately see, right? I'm literally hopped on, just to see if we have any good price movement, and I see an unfilled new week opening gap, right? I see an unfilled new week opening gap, and then I see something, um, called an AMD, right? So an AMD is basically, first phase is we have an initial set of accumulation, right? It's accumulating orders. We're seeing what the market wants to do, right? So we're accumulating orders right here, right? So this is what I see. So accumulation here. That's my first kind of um like note, right? So we're accumulating here, and then mind you, we're also coming off of a 4 hour fair value gap. Forgot to mention that's pretty big as well, right? I'm still going to use fair value gap, still going to use PD arrays. So we're coming off of a 4-hour fair value gap, and then on the daily as well, we were reacting off of this bearish order block. Now obviously it looked, a lot more convincing than this because we barely made the down wick, right? We barely made the wick for the downside. We just had a wick to the upside, reacting perfectly off this bearish order block, and then we're just heading lower, right? So daily and 4-hour, we already have confidence that price may want to head lower, right? And we're gonna have most of the move happen during Asia and London. Why? Because London's it's Labor Day, right? New York's Labor Day, so market's not gonna move as much, so we're gonna have most of the move play out here. So we tap into that 4-hour value gap, right? So 4-hour and daily are already bearish, right? And now I'm looking for confluence on a lower time frame on what price is going to want to do. And so, like I said, accumulation first here, and then we have the manipulation phase, right? Market manipulates the highs over here, right? And that's also when we perfectly tap into the 4-hour value gap, right? So as we tap into that 4-hour value gap, we're also creating the manipulation leg of the AMD textbook, right? And once I hop into the charts, I think around like this point in time, right? Around this point in time. And it just looks super, super clean, bro. The potential for us to just deliver lower looks so clean. Like, dude, accumulate here, manipulate here. We tap into the fair value gap while we're manipulating. We put in a perfect high, right? A perfect high. And then we also have a perfect looking market maker sell model. What is a market maker sell model? Well, essentially, it kind of is the same thing to an AMD. I'll break that down, but let me finish the third phase of the AMD. So we have our accumulation phase, we have our manipulation phase, directly tapping into that 4-hour value gap. Absolutely perfect. Tapping into that daily order block, absolutely perfect. We're respecting it. Why? As you can see on the lower time frame, putting a perfect high that we shouldn't mitigate if we're truly bearish, right? And then the last phase that we're looking for is the distribution phase, which we have reason to, right? We have reason to distribute lower. Holy crap, excuse me. I look really red in this camera. We have reason to distribute lower. Why? Because of this unfilled new week's opening gap. That's also why we had such a strong draw, okay? An unfilled new week opening gap is basically equivalent to like triple equal highs, in my opinion, right? So we have a pretty strong confidence that we're gonna head a little lower. Not a little lower, but I mean, I guess 85 points. But yeah, we had a strong draw, right? We had strong market context. I think that's the biggest thing for this trade was accumulation manipulation, and then we have a distribution leg down here to that unfilled new week's opening gap, right? So that's our AMD. Perfect. Literally, I could have just entered off the AMD as well, but just to make things even more clear, we have a perfect market maker sell model. Now, again, market maker sell model or market maker model in general comes with 3 phases. Original consolidation. I have this all posted on my YouTube. Original consolidation, right? This is our original consolidation phase. This is basically the same thing as AMD, just a little bit reworded. And then we have to have 2 phases of kind of like an accumulation phase or a redistribution phase, right? So like this leg here is us just redistributing to the upside. So that's a redistribution phase. So original consolidation, redistribution, and now this is our smart money reversal. All of this here is our smart money reversal where we're preparing to sell. We're preparing to sell off. Market makers are in the process of selling off after accumulating orders. And then last phase obviously is the sell leg of the market maker sell model. So 2 things: AMD market maker model, perfect confluences to enter off this trade. And then we also had a very, very strong draw to end our trade off of. I entered. Now let me talk details of kind of how I entered or why I entered, I guess. So on the lower time frame, I see that we're in currently we weren't in anything on a 15-minute, but on a 5-minute, we were in a 5-minute for gap. Now that wasn't the only thing why I entered on a lower time frame here. Like, this trade also wasn't super high risk. Like, the stop loss was 3 points. Okay, I entered with 15 micro. Stop loss was literally, I think it was like $90 that I was risking, right? Because I usually don't trade Asia, I usually don't trade London, but the potential was insane. The potential, and it was so clear that we were going to have a sell-off. It was just a matter of whether we do manipulate these highs, right? Like, my initial stop was here. I did move my stop a little higher, but I mean, it didn't really matter. Like, we never really mitigated this high at all. If a perfect stop would have been this high, but I feel like I would have been risking a little bit too much, especially on these 2 sessions where I don't usually trade. So yeah, I initially enter off of 15 micros here, right? Just off of the AMD, just off of the potential I see of us having a pure sell off, right? Like perfect tap into this 4 hour. Like it was just genuinely so clean. And then as soon as we dump off, I'm like, okay, here it comes. Like let's prepare. Let's prepare. Like we're about to sell off a good amount. Because we now have structure on the 5 minute. Like 5 minute looks even cleaner after this big bearish candle. 15 minute looks even cleaner now, right? Like look how clean this looks, bro. It's honestly beautiful. And so as soon as that happens, I size in 5 more micros. That moves my entry down here, and so my stop loss is at this high. But I mean, I really had no worries genuinely here at all that we kind of tap break even. The only worry I had, as you can see, was here, right? I'm drawing out my standard deviation leg tools. We have multiple legs of kind of like possible manipulation, right? And I have to be careful because my take profit's a little bit below the new week opening gap. My actual, I was literally aiming for this low, which would have gotten hit, but I thought that was just a little bit too ambitious. I mean, I'm fine with what I got. You know what? Let me log out. I'm fine with what I got. So, um, yeah. So my target was this low, right? And I'm expecting for us to have a little bit of turbulence here. Like on the 4 hour, we also have the CE here. Like obviously we just plowed through that, but we were giving a little bit of a reaction off of the consequent encroachment of this week, and then we had like just like 15-minute fair value gaps. The CE of this week. So there was a little bit of a chop here. Like honestly, you could have had a quick scalp off of this level. Like I literally called out like this level was going to probably get hit. We'd see a bit of a pullback, but um nothing too crazy because I mean look at the selling power we have. So yeah, like sell off and we just literally plow through my take profit. Damn. I low-key could have just held a little bit, set my stop loss here. And then if I set my stop loss here, oh maybe I would have gone tapped out here. But yeah, who knows? Still a overall super clean trade. Hopefully, like I need to find a time where I can make a video on accumulation, manipulation, distribution because I know it's such a general concept, but it's so helpful, bro. When you pair it up with market making sell model, like market environment context is so crucial, bro. Because fucking entry, you can have the most precise entry, but if you have the market context wrong, you're going to end up break even or you're going to end up just losing the trade. But if you know where the market wants to go in a general idea, right? Because all these AMD concept, these market maker model concepts are based off what the pattern of how the actual banks trade. So it's super helpful. But yeah, man, I really can't just stop looking at this trade. I'm gonna journal this trade. And yeah, we still have these untapped data highs from Friday. I'm still looking for that to be a pretty strong draw. I want us after we reacted off of this today, I want us to come up and take out that high. Oops, sorry, this was my analysis from yesterday. But yeah, as you can see, I'm bullish on the week. I want us to tap that data high, take out that data high, and then after that, like, who knows what we do, right? But yeah, super crazy day. Yesterday, super crazy night, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, I'm close to 10K payout. It doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really register in my brain. $500 more. That's like 3 winning days, right? 3 winning days, and I should be good. Um, and I need 3 winning days, so yeah, that kind of just lines up perfectly. But yeah, hopefully you guys understood this trade. Um, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else, bro. Like, if you guys don't take anything out of this video, if you guys don't understand a single thing that I said, just know. If you guys are completely new to this channel, just know 7 days ago, I blew everything. I literally blew everything, and it was right after a payout. After I took out a 2K payout, I blew everything. All my accounts literally gone. Just off of revenge trading. Told myself I was gonna get back at it. Told myself I was going to pass 5 more accounts and end up in the same exact position to have the possibility or a shot at making 10K. And now on the 1st of September, we need $500 to receive a 10K payout. Pretty crazy, but yeah, I appreciate you guys, bro. I hope you guys are getting some value out of me posting for these 10 months. Hopefully some sort of influence for the better. Even just one person, if I could just help them out if you're going through something terrible, like a rough patch. I've had all of my rough patches documented. I have even more things that I haven't posted on YouTube that I'm going to post. The reason why I want to be vulnerable is, like I said, I want to be relatable. I don't want to be one of those people that post just their wins, that post when they made it, right? The reason why I started was to post me making it, the active process of making it, to show you guys how possible it is. I'm a regular student in college. I go to college. I'm 19 years old. I'm a regular kid, bro, and I don't want to pop out and make a fake, persona that making money online is easy, right? I wanted to document the raw reality of what I had to go through just as a kid, and what I learned about myself to, see some results. But yeah, job's not finished yet. We're gonna get back at it tomorrow. Um, and yeah, I appreciate you guys, bro. Seriously. I also can't wait to give back. Like, we had a little small giveaway after my last payout. If you guys want to enter the next giveaway, I'm gonna announce it on my Discord. It's gonna be pretty big. If we get this payout, I'm looking for it to be, a decent sized giveaway, because I appreciate y'all too, bro. So yeah, thank you guys. I love y'all. God bless, and as usual, stay safe.